Hello, 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 Lady K. This is your newsletter tutorial. Welcome. I hope I get the opportunity to really explain things to you. If not, just ask. I will be more than happy to help. So, before we get started, I'm going to tell you a little bit how your mailing list and your subscriber list works. So, your mailing list or your join our mailing list tab works in this way. People will fill out their first name, last name, and their email address, which of course you already knew. But the way that you were receiving it before was that you kind of had to create your subscriber list manually. In this way, it basically goes directly into your MailChimp account. MailChimp is, of course, the website that we're going to be using to create your newsletters, or you're going to be using to create your newsletters. And this is basically the tutorial to teach you that. But I wanted to start here so that you kind of get a feel of how it works. It's way more automated. People will have to confirm that they really did want to sign up for your mailing list. But other than that, it's 100% automated for you. Definitely. So this is way better. I have it linked and it's really, really, really cool. In the meantime, in between time, I've logged into MailChimp.com for you. And I really, really, really wanted to give you a deeper look into how it works. And I want you to ask me any questions if you have any questions. It's not overly complicated because I've done a lot of the steps for you, but it is just a matter of getting used to it. So let's go ahead and explore the website. And when you scroll down, you're able to see that you have one new subscriber. Now, you probably have other subscribers, but because I just automated the system, in fact, that's a really new feature, but I just automated the system so that once somebody fills out the form on your website, it goes directly to MailChimp. It takes about a day, but it does happen. So what I've done is filled out my information and I've become a subscriber, as of course I would. And there you see it. You see my email address and you see, one subscriber. And I wanted to show you how to add a subscriber even when they haven't filled out the form. Say somebody gives you their email address, say you already have their email address, how exactly do you make them a subscriber? So this is how you do it. You go up to the top and you see this menu bar. And there's the tab list, and go ahead and click on list. And you want to go ahead and see this little cog button. You can see your subscribers. You can actually click on that if you wanted to, but the way that I go about doing it is I click on the little cog, little drop down menu cog. And if you want to add somebody, go ahead and click add. And it'll take you to this nice little form where you fill out their email address, their first name, last name, how they hoped they would want to receive it. Really doesn't matter which one you select for that one. But if you think it would be better, might want to go ahead and click mobile. And you have to make sure that you tell them that this person has given you permission to add them to your list so that you're just not adding random people, at least so that they won't be responsible for it. So yeah, really, really easy. Once you do it one time, it'll be the easiest thing in the world. So that's adding to your subscriber list. If you wanted to create a list, right? So say if you wanted to have male subscribers or subscribers over 30 or subscribers under 30, then what you would do is create a new list. Go ahead and click create list. And you're going to name the list subscribers over 30. Default from name basically so that they can categorize it. Default email to reply. So basically it would be info@loveandpleasurecoaching.com. Default subject if you want it to, but your newsletters will have their own subject. And this right here is actually very important. This particular list, this particular section will allow people to get a reminder as to how they got to the list. So it could be something short and sweet that says you are on this list or you're receiving this email because you subscribe to loveandpleasurecoaching.com, and that's it. That's all the information that they need. I also put together a fake address just because I didn't have any address to put there, and they make you put an address. You can always edit it if you want to put a P.O. box or address or anything like that. Okay, so before we leave the list area, I kind of wanted to go over some other things that are really cool options in this particular section. So you see the little cog thing, go ahead and click the drop down menu for that, and you get to explore a little bit. So if you wanted to replicate the list, if you wanted to delete the entire list, then you could do so. But be careful, because if you delete the entire list, then of course you are going to be deleting every person that's within that subscriber list. So this is a little delicate. Before you delete it, you might want to replicate it and then figure out if you really wanted to delete it. So this button is a little scary. If you wanted to import the list, say you have another list and you wanted to import those people to the bulk subscriber list, then you always could. Your other option is, of course, to add, which is what we discussed, and to remove. So if you wanted to delete somebody from the list or remove somebody from the list, you could definitely do so. Really, 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 really easy stuff. Everything is going to, of course, have its own steps, but easy peasy, very simple. Okay, so now we're going to leave the list area and we're going to head over to the dashboard, which technically the dashboard is the home page. I don't know why they named it dashboard when it really is the home page, but they did. So, you know, we're going to stick with what they say. And I want to kind of familiarize you with what's going on with the home page. With the home page, they have several different ways to get the job done, which is why I really like them, because I would hate for it to be one simple button to get you where you're trying to go. Instead, it's better that they give you a bunch of options, a bunch of ways to get it done. For example, you can create your list here, or you can go ahead and create your list here. And you'll also get another option to create your list, but those two places right in front of you, boom, boom, there you can create your list. So this area, if you wanted to, you can go ahead and create a list, and I'm sure you can go ahead and also alter a list as well. This area is to design a join the mailing list form. Yours is already designed, and it's through the one on your website. We can travel back and see it right there. So you really don't need that area, but here is the big important one. They call newsletters campaigns. I call them newsletters. Most people call them newsletters, but this company and several other companies like them call them campaigns. So what you're going to be doing every time that you send out a newsletter is you're going to be sending a campaign. So that's the next step. Okay, so let's get into the exciting part, which is sending a campaign. Click on send a campaign. And here you're going to get some options. So it says, to which list shall we send? So you get the option to choose which subscriber list you want it to send it to. If you wanted to send it to everyone in your subscriber list, then you're going to say send to entire subscriber list. Basically, if you had options, you would be able to choose whichever subscriber list you wanted to, but because you only have one, then you can send it to this entire subscriber list, or you can go ahead and send it to just certain people inside of your subscriber list. So then you would click the send to segment section. So right now you're going to send it to the entire subscriber list. And here's where you start your campaign. So whatever you wanted to title your campaign for your records as well as for theirs. And if you wanted to, you need to, of course, put the message subject so that people will feel free opening it. So if you wanted to say, Lady K first newsletter. Now, of course, this particular area is just for your eyes only. This is so that you can keep track of everything. This subject, of course, is going to be what everybody's going to see. So you could do LP coaching or whatever you want. But this is, of course, so that people, like it says, keep it relevant and non-spammy to avoid spam filters. This way, you won't get any red flags with anybody's spam filters, and people will feel comfortable opening it. So make sure it's something that's really, really cool. And these are going to be some additional options that you can have. You can connect it to your Facebook so that you can allow comments on those email posts or auto post, and you can connect to Twitter. You have some options. So don't just leave this part. Of course, I would love for you to, of course, stay in the exploratory phase so that you can really get in there and see how things are working. But you have some really, really, really cool options in this particular area, and this is the foundation for your newsletter. So you're going to want to make sure that you do this with a little bit of love and care, because if you kind of skip over some things, like say if this sounds spammy, it's going to be way less effective than if it were something that were tailored to your business. And I know, of course, you're going to think of something really, really cool and really awesome. So I bet you're wondering how we get from this point to the next point. So instead of them putting like a next button, they just put it up at the top. And what we're going to do is we're going to click next. And here we go to the design portion. So you've got options, but of course I've designed one for you, which is going to be in my templates. But you get to, if you want to really custom design something yourself, you could. If you wanted something really simple, you could go ahead and do it that way. You could also do pre-designed, which is how basically this is the foundation for any design that you would want to have. So these are already created by them, thousands of them if you wanted to and if you like them.